Wazam. Today's video is on Joe Biden telling Charlamagne the God and black people in general to get a life. Now, if you new here, what the fuck we do here is read, listen, watch, and we block talk, break that shit down. Let's start with our ignorance disclaimer. If you think that the way I talk is a testament to my knowledge, then you should leave now. If you're afraid of cursed words and you think the blood of your firstborn gonna fall from the sky, you should leave now. We do not need immature minds like yours. Now let's get to the first video, y'all, where he started off disrespecting Charlamagne and black people. If you ask me, put up the clip.
I have a few things I want to talk to you about today.
I know you have.
Yeah.
You don't know me.
No, I don't.
You are witnessing the Rebel Network. Did y'all hear what the fuck that boy just told Charlamagne the God? That dude said, I know you been critical of me, goddammit. You don't even know me, motherfucker. That's basically what he told him. Y'all, do you know how many news anchors don't know Joe Biden that have never met him? You think he would have told them that? Hell to the motherfucking no, and you know I'm telling the truth, goddammit. And he sat there and took it from him, goddamn. He sat there and took it. And ain't just the other day in South Carolina, which he loved to brag about, he was saying, oh, blacks know me. They know old Joe Biden. I've been out here saying that I don't want their kids on the same bus as my kids. I've been out here making these fucked up bills and talking about I know what's best for the black man. Yeah, that fucking Joe Biden. Yeah, we do know you, Joe Biden. That's what we know about you, goddammit. Then Charlamagne the God goes on to say, well, I'm here to talk to you mostly about black stuff. Y'all know what the hell that sound like? Besides unprofessional, he says black stuff. Think about it. Like black stuff in the attic. Black stuff under the bed. Instead of saying black issues, goddammit, this is a priority. This is what's fucking popping in the black community. This is what the hell you need to know about since I call myself a voice of the people. Y'all understand that bullshit? But guess what? Charlamagne the fucking God didn't understand that because guess what? His first question was, his first fucking question. Charlamagne the God goes on to say, you know what? It's a lot of right-wing media outlets. They question you. They question your cognitive health. They don't think everything's working right upstairs. What do you say to that? You are witnessing a Rebel Network. Out of all the shit that Charlamagne the Fraud could have asked that man, all the issues that we face generationally, goddammit, he asked about what the Republicans think of Joe Biden. The Republicans said that you crazy, Joe Biden. What you have to say to that? And that fool said, I say I can hardly wait to meet that guy who is a stable genius. He's so fucking crooked, he can't answer shit direct. He can't just say, hell no, I ain't crazy. Why he ain't just say that? No, I ain't crazy. I don't know what the fuck they talking about. Even though he is crazy, goddamn it, he's downright insane. Look at him. He don't give a fuck what the hell he said to goddamn Charlamagne the God. He think that he black people father. Watch the arrogance of this dude as we continue around this bitch. But before we continue, let's not gloss over Charlamagne the Fraud's next question. He said, you know, one thing I've been critical about is I feel like you've been MIA during a global pandemic. You know, it's people like Governor Cuomo here in New York who has become a political star simply because we see and hear from him every day. So I'm just like, how can you win from home? Now let's block talk break that shit down. He said that Governor Cuomo is a star simply because you see him every day. That's how dumb and gullible you think black people is, huh, Charlamagne the God? Oh, well, they just be seeing him every day, so now he a star, you know, shit like that. Man, get your stupid ass out of here. Governor Cuomo is known as a compulsive fucking liar. What neighborhood you in touch with, motherfucker? Because it sure as hell ain't the black community around this motherfucker. Talking about how you gonna run a campaign from home. Joe Biden ain't even give a fuck about that boy. You know what Joe Biden said? He said, well, I tell you what, I'm following my motherfucking governor and shit and what he said. And he said he don't want us out. And the way he put it, he said, I'm following the rules, man. You know, like he talking some jive talk or something. He said, well, I tell you what, I'm following the rules, man. My governor says he doesn't want us out. I haven't been out. You heard that bullshit? And he said, by the way, I'm beating them all across the board. people watching me on shows like yours. Basically, like, man, I ain't got to do shit. I'm still beating them across the board. I don't got to walk out and tell you niggas a motherfucking thing about COVID-19, whatever the fuck they calling it today, goddammit. He said it's not even hurting me. I'm winning in all the polls and shit, nigga, flexing. Talking about the shit really not hurting him. That's his words. He said it's really not hurting me. I'm winning in all the polls. And Charlamagne like, oh, he on that poll shit, so he laid up there and followed up with polls can be illusions like the 2016 one. And y'all know how that went. Remember when Clinton thought she had that shit in the bag? Oh, these niggas gonna vote for me. And, you know, they know Bill Clinton, man. He played the saxophone and shit. They gonna get over all of that fucked up shit I did to them and said about them, you know, about how they animals and rapists and shit like that. Man, I'm in the bag. But look how Joe Biden responded, y'all. You are witnessing a rebel network. Joe Biden said this is totally different. You had people who didn't know what they wanted. He was the biggest change. He had no serious opposition, goddammit. So it's different. Oh, so you more serious than Hillary Clinton around this, but you say he ain't had no serious opposition. Matter of fact, you the same as Hillary Clinton, if not worse, motherfucker. I'll never forget when you say you know what's best for the black man back in the 60s. Yeah, I read that shit, goddammit. Talking about it'll keep everybody safe if these kids go to that school and them kids go to that school, goddammit. Get your silly ass out of here. And what he said is different. You know, you had people who didn't know what they wanted, and the biggest change was him. So that's what they went for, huh? Oh, that's what they went for, goddammit. Guess what? Black people did not vote, motherfucker. So they did not go for anything. They did not vote Donald Trump into office. It was white women, motherfucker, and you and me both know it. And some fool out there right now not loving my delivery, goddammit, but you know everything I'm speaking is facts around this bitch. And after that, he went into some story, but it was a deep story. Pay attention to this shit. Joe Biden says, right now we are in a carny situation where you find out there's no P under any of those three shells. Next time it come back, you gotta figure it out. Let me tell you, my community figured it out a while ago. Did you hear that? Did you hear that bullshit? He said it's like the carnival and shit where them dudes be moving them cards around, fuck a shell, where they move them cards around 3-card money, I think they call it, goddammit. And you notice ain't no prize under none of them motherfucking shells, goddammit. The next time they come around, you gotta figure that shit out. And that's what black people did. We notice ain't no prize under none of them cards, goddammit. And now you coming back around begging and pleading for our motherfucking joke. Begging and pleading for our motherfucking vote, goddammit. And we done figured out your bullshit just like your community. Y'all notice how he flexed, goddammit? He said, my community figured it out a long time ago. Ain't that a bitch? Go back and watch the shit. I don't want to use too many clips because they be on that copyright type shit, goddammit. But that dude said, we figured that shit out a long time ago. Basically, black people, we just late to the motherfucking party. Oh, we figured out this 3-card mining shit with politics already. Democrats and Republicans already the same, goddamn. Y'all see how this boy get down? But let's get to another clip where I believe that fool would just say, I just gotta talk about what matters or shit like that. You dig? Pay attention to this shit.
Week earlier to deal with this virus, there'd be 36,000 fewer people dead. Dead. And you guys are wondering what's he doing? Come on, man. Get a life. Get a life. This guy is...
You are witnessing a rebel network as a throwback pic pop up. Did y'all hear what he talked about when he talked about what matters? And watch the full video. Remember that. Watch the full video on Breakfast Club. When he talked about what matters, the dude laid up there and said that they did a study. And if Trump had listened to him, he would have saved 36,000 more lives. Yet, y'all niggas is worried about what the hell he doing. And y'all need to get a life. Goddammit, you heard him. He said, get a life. And he repeated it. He doubled down. Get a life. Charlamagne, since you worried about how he gonna run a campaign from his house. You heard him. Get a motherfucking life. For all of y'all who probably think, you took that out of context. Motherfucker, no, I didn't. That lame motherfucker, that dirty motherfucker who think that he is your daddy said you need to get a motherfucking life. Let's continue. Let me show you another video with this clown.
But this time we have to address the institutional racism. We've seen it more clearly now. In a black majority county, they're 6 times more likely to die in a pandemic than a white county.
Did y'all hear that? For all of you people who like to say it's the black man fault or it's the black woman fault or whoever fault, black people fault, period. You heard what that boy just said? Institutionalized racism is seen more clear now, even though that shit been seen. Fuck what he talking about. But he said it's your black ass out there risking your life to go to that healthcare job or that bus driver job and at the grocery store and shit like that for minimum wage, goddammit. You heard him, and it affect y'all. We gotta understand that institutionalized racism is in our society, he said, and we need to bring everybody along economically. Y'all heard that, right? That mean that there are barriers to keep you down economically around this motherfucker. So I don't want to hear none of that bullshit in the comment. It be y'all. Y'all up there, the black man don't want the black woman ain't trying to do this, and black people that. It's us, man. It's us. You know how some of you lazy motherfuckers like to be, because that shit keep you sleep. It keep you fucking comfortable, goddammit. But I digress. You are witnessing the Rebel Network. Charlamagne the God goes on to say, I don't know if you saw, but Puffy Combs, you may know him as Diddy, said Democrats take the black vote for granted. Do you feel blacks are owed that from the Democratic Party? Now let's Block Talk break that shit down. You see how he tried to set it up for him, still trying to make him look cool, goddammit? Y'all gotta understand that he is for Joe Biden. This motherfucker said you may know him as Diddy. First of all, he old as fuck, and even I still call a man Puffy. Why would old ass Joe Biden know him as Diddy? Or you may know him as Diddy, trying to give him some type of street cred. He said they been taking our fucking votes for granted round this bitch. And do you feel that we owed something from the Democratic Party? And look how Joe Biden lame ass dodged the shit out of it. That dude said, remember, I won South Carolina. See, he loved the fuck out of that South Carolina shit. He said, I got more blacks out there than even Barack Obama. He just don't know. All of them old ass people, all of that bullshit, them votes ain't gonna mean nothing when it come down to you versus Trump round this bitch. Cause you know we not voting for you, and everybody could see your loss. And even the old fogies who keep giving you a pass after the crime bill, after you not wanting their kids to sit on the same bus as yours and keeping segregation alive, even them, they about to start backing out on your lame ass possibly. He went on after saying, I won South Carolina. He went on to tell another dumbass story, y'all. You are witnessing the Rebel Network talking about when Martin Luther King died, I became a public defender. I quit my upscale job for you niggas. Yeah, talking about he was on the Upper East Side. He had a big time job and all of that. But when King died, he stopped all of that for us niggas, I guess. We supposed to pay him back now or something, goddammit. Then he went on and said, the crime bill did not increase mass incarceration. Then goddammit, what did? Besides you giving states incentives, giving them motherfuckers a gift to lock us up and for long periods of time, goddammit. Then look what he went on to do, blame people. Black males, the black caucus and all of that bullshit. All of them had came to me, And inside of that bill, though, we had the violence against women and, shit like that. We was telling people, take people to rehab and shit, you dig? And shit like that. We wasn't just trying to fuck over people, but some of that shit had got in the bill. And then look what he did. He said Clinton, old fake ass, wanted 3 strikes. See, he was just throwing everybody under the bus. You know how a kid is when you catch him taking something out of the kitchen and shit? They'll be like, well, big sister told me to do it, and then my little cousin and them was saying that they was hungry, and shit, I had to get them something, and if my little cousin was hungry, then my big sister said to get it, then I got to get it. Look, that's just what he did. Black males said that I should do it, and the black caucus said that they was with it, and Clinton fake ass wanted 3 more strikes, scapegoating everybody around this bitch. Boy, that boy foul as a motherfucker around here, boy. And then look what he got to the goddamn prison system, because every time they talk about us, they seem to think think it have something to do with criminal justice every time, goddamn it, because you know they think all of us is in motherfucking jail. He said most people in jail, what they got in common is that they can't read, you dig, and they ain't got no job skills, and their mama was abused. Man, get your bitch ass out of here. People know how to fucking read, and if they don't, they can learn how to read in jail around this bitch. Y'all barely want a brother to get their GED. Y'all don't want nobody to get their law degree in there no more. Y'all, they stay cutting all the educational shit inside the motherfucking jail. But then lame ass Charlamagne the God, he comes in. This was some deep shit. Play that video right quick.
It was wrong. What happened was it wasn't the crime bill. It was the drug legislation. It was the institution of mandatory minimums, which I oppose. Mandatory. I oppose the ban.
I thought you was a part of that in '84 as well. The Comprehensive Crime Control Act that established mandatory minimum sentences for drug offenses.
No. What happened was what you're confusing is what happened was the Black Caucus came to me and said,
you are witnessing the Rebel Network. Charlamagne the Fraud said, why is so much resistance on admitting that bills your ass was a part of was damaging to the black community? Clinton has said, my bad and shit, and I'll make up for it. Why you can't do the same thing? Basically, yeah, I'm paraphrasing this shit. But Biden laid up there and said she was wrong. Y'all heard him? She was wrong. It was the drug legislation, goddammit, and the mandatory minimum bullshit. I was opposed to that. And look how Charlamagne caught his bitch made ass quick. I thought you was a part of that motherfucking Comprehensive Crime Control Act that established mandatory minimum around this bitch. Biden, he hit a quick one, y'all. What happened was, and then matter of fact, man, the Black Caucus and shit came to me and all kind of shit. Y'all heard him. Man, the Black Caucus and him, he was about to say all kind of more scapegoat shit that he been saying. It was the Black Caucus, it was the Black mayor, it was Clinton, it was everybody else. It wasn't me, goddamn it. Y'all heard him. Talking about she was wrong, goddamn. It's that drug legislation. It was everybody but motherfucking Joe Biden with his don't get on buses with my white kids ass, man. Fuck all of that.
I don't know if you saw, well, I saw the day that a news report broke that Amy Klobuchar was being vetted, and a lot of people on social media, they're not too happy about that. And it's because they want your running mate to be a black woman. I don't know if you saw the op-ed in the Washington Post by some of the leading black women voices in this country. And they feel since black women are such a loyal voting bloc and black people saved your political life in the primaries this year, they have things they want from you. And one of them is a black woman running mate. What do you say to them?
You are witnessing the Rebel Network, and this ain't nothing but some Edward Bernays propaganda right here, goddammit. They trying to tell black women what the fuck they want. Who the fuck are you, goddammit? They trying to tell you that you want a black female puppet as opposed to Obama, who was a black male puppet, who let so many black men die. So many black children die under his motherfucking watch. If you don't get the hell out of here, Barack Obama, and whatever black female puppet he may possibly choose, you have lost your motherfucking mind. We don't need no more goddamn puppets. I don't care if he choose Stacey Adams or whoever the hell he won't choose, goddamn it. Y'all witnessing a fucking Rebel Network. Let's get to the next video.
Time, I apologize.
You can't do that to black media.
I can't do that to white media and black media because my wife has to go on at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November.
Did you hear that fucking fool Charlamagne the God talking about, you can't do that to black media? That dude checked the shit out of his stupid ass and said, you can't do that to black or white media, goddammit. My wife is about to go on. So that just lets you know who his wife about to talk to. White people. Because fuck him talking about to the voting bloc that gets Democrats elected. Black people. His wife about to talk to some white people. I wonder who these white people might be. Are they the moderate female Republicans who laid up there and got Trump into office? Might that be who they trying to sway over to the Democratic Party? Yeah, it probably is, because fuck niggas. You come to a back seat when it come to female white women, for all of you little feminists and shit out there thinking, oh, I'ma just fight for black women and black women don't. Sit your silly ass down, goddammit. And I know my real black women don't stand for that old bullshit. But anyway, did you hear him, goddamn man? My wife going on to talk about some white people and some white media around this bitch. But somebody out there right now, like, man, you ain't talk about the main part that Joe Biden said, goddamn it, and that's because it came at the end. So I ain't gonna focus on that. I'll break down all the bullshit he said. But this the part you possibly might have been waiting on. Play the video.
We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to see.
Take a look at my record, man. I extended the voting rights 25 years. I have a record that is second to none. The NAACP has endorsed me every time I've run. I mean, come on. Take a look at the record.
All right, thank you.
You are witnessing the Rebel Network. Did y'all check out Joe Biden's response to that shit? Talking about if you got more questions, goddamn it, you ain't black. Because Joe fucking Biden is apparently the person who tells us who qualified to be black and who not qualified to be black. I guess Obama was black to this fool too. So that tells you where his judgment lies. Because Obama is not black round this motherfucker, goddamn it. But you heard him, his arrogance said, man, you still got questions? You ain't even black, man. The NAACP old paid off coon ass fuck with me, goddamn it. You still need more shit? I keep on voting for you niggas to be able to vote. Y'all hear that? Don't you think that's totally absurd? These people keep voting on if you should be able to vote. That's a testament to your system right there. That shouldn't even be on the fucking books. All people should have a fucking right to vote no matter what, goddamn it. I don't care about the crime or none of that bullshit. But y'all actually still vote on rather black people can still vote. Ain't that some bullshit, goddamn it? But he laying up there acting like he the person who tell people who black and who not black round this bitch just cause they got more questions. Boy, I don't know why some of y'all shocked and surprised. This dirty motherfucker been like this. Look at his eyes, bruh. The dude is clearly fucking insane walking around talking about anything and they hoping that he won't die before he lose to Donald Trump, bruh. Yeah, you've been totally exposed and that whole fucking interview is exposed. Charlamagne ain't nothing but a motherfucking puppet, and Biden is not gonna win. Like, I don't get it, goddamn it. Once again, y'all holler at me.